Okay, so
I've got new leggings on for you.
They are awesome. I love that pan. Where are they from?
Sweaty Betty sale.
Ooh, look at them. They are beautiful. They're tropical. I'm all in black because I've been out riding boats all day with an 11-year-old birthday party. So I was going with being warm and clothes that dried quickly when I got soaked, because everyone wanted to do big waves. I've had a day of being splashed. So okay, we're going to begin standing on your feet. You can have them hip distance apart or sit bone distance apart, whatever feels good for you. And I'm sorry I'm all in black, so I'm probably a bit hard to see. And we're just going to have a little moment just to bounce through your knees and your ankles. And let's let your arms swing. And just start to feel the feet and the natural rebound on the floor. And kind of pushing your feet in and feeling that easy pushback from the earth, giving you that energy back up. So that's our beginning, is just starting to think about the grounding down. And just let your arms start to move a bit more, just to let them free. And just feeling that natural rebound through the whole of your body by pushing your feet into the ground, and how that naturally helps push you up, creating that lightness. Good, nice ladies. Okay, and then you can just come back to stillness for a second. Now, you've got a choice. You can keep your feet apart for what we're going to do next, or you can go for the more challenging version and bring your feet together, trying to squeeze your inner ankle bones together. And then we're just going to do some heel raises. You're just going to start to lift up onto the balls of the feet, trying to keep the ankles together, and then lowering back down. And you can reach to your fingertips towards the earth, and that helps ground energetically through the body. And just notice what control you got or not got in your feet and ankles today. Trying to keep the inner ankles squeezing towards each other and pressing down through that second toe joint. And then if you can, just become aware of what your breathing is like as I'm asking you to do this. So are you wanting to hold your breath as you lift up? Or are you breathing out as you lift up? Good. So the reason I'm starting with this is because our feet, the arches of our feet connect into, well, you've got two massive foot chakras in the soles of your feet, and they're in between the arches of your feet. And so this helps us with letting go as we ground down. Those arches also connect into pelvic floor, which is the other dome that's part of your root chakra system. So we're naturally getting a bit of pelvic floor lift and strengthening both the arches of the feet and the pelvic floor. Okay, next time you can come down. If you want to, you can separate your feet slightly if that's a bit more comfortable. We're just going to do some little knee bends and ankle bends. So like little plies, spine stays straight, just warming through the knees and the ankles now a little bit more, working up into the calves and the Achilles. And if you want, you can add in some arms, just because it's nice to have some arm movement as you go down. Nice, good. Notice if you're rolling in your feet, or if you can keep pressing evenly through all four corners of your feet. That's it, good, nice, Raj. Making sure the knees are going over second and third toe. Lovely, okay. We'll do 3 more of these. And again, you choose what breath works for you. Just let it be easy and flowy. Okay, we're now going to add on. So we'll start with the easier version, which is we bend the knees first. And then we lift the heels up into that heel balance, keeping the knees bent. And then heels come down. That's it, good. So just heel lifts, keeping the knees bent. And down, that's it, good. You can choose wherever you'd like to with your arms. That's it, good. Lifting. And lowering. Go for 2 more of those heel lifts and lowers. That's it, with the knees nice and bent if you can, so keep that plie. And the heels are lifting. Good. Okay, then release, come up with straight legs for a moment, release the arms, shake the legs. We're going to go into heel lift, bending the knees down, holding the heels up. So this time, lifting up onto those balls of the feet. Again, you can bring your arms out if you want, you can take them to the sides if that helps. And we're bending the knees and then straightening back up, keeping the heels nice and lifted throughout. So all of this is just really thinking about strengthening and waking up that root part of our body and our energy system. And by doing balance, it often helps us focus and start to come into that connection with the earth and that relationship of yield that it pushes back into us and helps make it easier for us to balance. Nice, ladies. Let's go for 2 more, keeping those heels nice and lifted, just bending the knees and straightening. One more time. Good work, guys. Coming up, release the feet down. And this time, just stand on one foot and take some circles with your ankle just to release the ankle. And then take those circles the other way. Good, and then we'll change over to the other foot, so balancing on the other foot. And again, circling the ankle, just allowing the ankle now just to start to mobilize a little bit more. And circling the ankle the other way. So just really allow it to wake up. Beautiful, stepping the legs out now to just wider than hip width apart, coming into a horse stance. You're going to bend your knees forwards and again, drop the bottom down. So again, we're nice and long in the spine. Knees are forwards in that kind of sumo squat type stance. That's it, nice. Okay, now hold it here if you can. Hands come to the hips. And I'm just going to ask you, so you want to keep your hips and your legs super still. We're going to circle the torso. So you're just now starting to circle the torso, keeping the spine long. And keeping the legs and the lower body nice and strong and centered. You can add in shouldery roll things. You could lift the heart up towards the ceiling. Just really anchoring down through those legs. Nice, good guys. And then coming back to center. And circle the other way. You can take a break if you need to. Give your legs a break if you want. Come up straighten. That's it, good. So really draw up that low belly. Think about drawing up that pelvic floor as you're doing this. So keeping that low abdomen engaged by pushing the feet down into the ground, making the legs active and strong. Do one more circle. So really keeping those legs nice and still. Come back to center. You can straighten your legs for a moment for a little break for those quads. Yeah. It's nice and warming for the legs, right? Okay, from here, turn your heels in slightly to 45-ish degrees. Your knees are now going out over second and third toe. You can keep your hands on your hips for a second. We're going to go again, heel lift and lower, and then change the other side and lower. So try and keep growing tall through the crown of the head. And think about using your foot as you push down into the floor to help you have the strength to get taller. If you fancy it, you can go for both heels lifting together. Just see how that feels. Nice, good guys, that's it. Strengthening through the ankles and the feet, keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed. All the work is in those legs. There's that base of the pelvis. Well done, ladies. Let's go for 2 more heel lifts. Anyone having fun yet? Okay, well done. And then come back up. Turn your feet, keep your feet wide as they are, but bring your hands down your thighs this time as you come down. So our last one, I promise, is making you stay up here. And from here, we're going for a spinal suspension twist. So you just let the shoulder drop in, look over the shoulder, take a twist through the spine. Inhale through center. We've done this before in another workshop. And exhale over the other shoulder. And just use the legs to really keep you solid and still. because that's what we're looking for with grounding. We want to be able to feel that connection with the earth, that we feel secure on our legs so that we can freely move the shoulders and the spine and the head. We could look wherever we want with the eye gaze as we're doing this, but we're feeling nice and stable in our low body. One more to each side. And then we'll come back to center, and then to relax, turn your feet into parallel, slightly pigeon toe the toes in, and then let your head and shoulders come down. Take a big wide leg forward fold and let your arms hang down towards the ground. And then just slightly try and shift your weight into the balls of your feet to really try and open the back of the hamstrings. From here, you're just going to bend your knees a little bit, and you're going to take your weight to the right leg. So you start to get a stretch into that left inner thigh, yeah? So you can have your hands on the leg if that helps you. So you can have your hands on the leg if that helps for a big stretch. And then walk your hands over to the left side, taking that big stretch to the right inner thigh. And what we want to do is be really open and lengthen in these muscles that insert into the root chakra. Otherwise we live in a fear, flight, freeze, or fight, or annihilate mode. Bring the weight back to center, bend your knees, you can bring your hands to your hips, and you can roll yourself up through the spine, pressing down through those balls of the feet as you come up. Head comes up last. Nice. Well done, ladies. Bring your feet just to wider than hip distance apart. And to release, you're going to just souse your hips, and you can let your feet go. Drawing figures of 8 with your hips, just let them go. So we're starting to move into that sacral chakra, so that sense of flow. Allow your feet to go. Still feel the strength that we've just been working through your feet. Now coming up into that low core, into the hips, and low belly. And then can you souse the other way? I always find it so hard to reverse. So yeah, bit of brain work. That's it, Raj. Jenny's got it. Do you do salsa here?
No, what? Just way back when.
It's really good. Salsa hips are really good for aura work, but also for creating that sense of feeling like we're going with the flow. Okay, and then from here, come to the back of your mat. And just because it's a nice transition more than anything, we'll take a big inhale, stretch the arms up. And then roll down through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Bend your knees as much as you need to bring your hands to your mat, and then walk yourself out, coming onto your hands and knees. Sit your bottom back to your heels and just come into a child's pose. And let your arms do whatever you feel like for your shoulders, but really if you can, try and feel the tailbone dropping down towards your heels and opening into your sacrum. So really getting that sense of opening that sacral area of the low back. And trying to almost breathe into that area as you can. We're then going to unfold, come up onto our hands and knees. And we're going to step the left foot forwards for a change, coming towards a low lunge. So go gentle. I mean, we've done a lot of leg work, so hopefully you should both be feeling quite strong and warm in your legs. So from here, we're just going to lunge ourselves forwards, making sure that that front knee is over the ankle. And then bring both your hands to the inside of that left foot. So we're going to come forward inside the left foot. That's it, good. And then it's up to you. You can either keep the knee hugging in to create a little bit more activation in the sacral chakra, or you can work to letting the knee relax out so you can try and drop that low belly towards the floor a little bit, coming into lizard. So you get this nice stretch for a moment. Okay, from here, come back up onto your hands. And you can have your hand onto that left thigh for a moment. We're going to take a little flow, and this is all about the low core being in charge of the movement, just so you know. So this is a balance exercise. So if your balance is feeling a bit fragile, you might want to see if you've got a chair or something to put your hand on. We're going to go from being in this lunge position, and you can reach your arms forwards and up if you want. So then exhale, draw that low belly in, lifting the front heel, and coming, if you can, into a forward fold. And then you plant the foot down, lunge. Use the glute, use the low belly to help bring you forwards into the low lunge. And then pull back that low belly, drawing the hips back. And lift the foot, toes if you can, digging the heel down. So again, we're now really connecting into root and sacral. The two are trying to work together to create this flow. That's it, well done, good work, guys. That's it. Draw the low belly, scoop the low belly to draw the hips back. And as you bring the hips back, scoop, and not almost like you've got a little hook in the low abs to help draw your weight back. We'll do one more time. Keeping that control, that lift of pelvic floor that then hooks up a little bit higher. Lovely, nicely done with that chest. Lovely heart opener there, Raj. And drawing that hips back, the last one. Nice balance there, Jenny, great. And then we'll come just back to the center. Bring your hands down to either side of that left foot. Step the left foot back. Again, you can sit back onto your heels if you want. Take that child's pose for a moment. Just rest and see how the sacrum feels. See how that low back area feels. And then we'll unfold, coming back up, bringing the right foot forwards. Bringing the hands to the inside of the right foot, coming into that lizard pose. So either you can hug the leg in if you want to find that bit of core, or if you feel like you really want to try and open that left hip, allow the belly to draw a little bit towards the floor and let the hip open slightly out to the right. Let yourself come onto your elbows if you'd like. Okay, gently bring yourself back up into your hands. You can bring that weight towards that front right leg for a moment to stabilize you. Find yourself nice and centered, drawing up that core, and then lifting up the arms. And then exhale, low core draws in, so draw the hips back. Finding that balance, folding forwards. That's it, beautiful work, ladies. And then drawing yourself forwards, finding that heart lift if you want. Don't have to if your arms aren't feeling good, if your shoulders aren't feeling good. Dig through the front heel to help you push back. Nice. That's it, good. Pull out that kneecap, getting that lovely stretch. So still thinking about that way in which we need to open up into the pelvis. Bringing your weight forwards. Inhale and lift. And then exhale, scoop that low belly, drawing up behind the navel. Inhaling forwards. And exhale, scoop and lift it back. Beautiful, guys. This time, inhale forwards. Place your hands either side of that right foot. Step yourself back to hands and knees. And feel free at this point just to take an easy cat-cow if you'd like, just to start to move through the whole of your spine again. Move the shoulders, any little freestyle thing you'd like to do. Just have that little check-in with how all of your chakras are feeling. Okay. We've got one more on our knees before we come onto our backs, working our way up. So we're going to come sideways on your mat, stepping your left foot out to the side, staying on top of that right knee and thigh. Okay, so for core activation, we're going to start with hands behind the head. Really nice and tall through the spine. Really make sure you're on top of that right leg. Tilt yourself away from the left leg. So come into a long line, using the low belly to help you come out into that long line. Then you can let your right hand come towards the floor, letting the fingertips down. And then from your low core, lift up your left leg and kick it out to the side. Holding it there. Kick through the heel, draw the low belly in. See if you can lift the heel a little higher. That's it. Go on, Jenny. Higher, higher. That's it. Good work. Nicely done, ladies. Let that left foot come back down. Plant the left foot down. Now make sure your right hand is on the floor. Raj, you might not want to lift up your left knee, your right knee, but see how you go. We're going to try and see if we can lift into a side plank. Okay, so from here, exhale from that low core, lift up that right leg into a side plank. That's it, good. Well done, that's it. From that low belly, release the right leg back under to that start position. And then as though you're not using your hands at all, draw in from that low core to lift you back up to your start position. Whew. Off comes the sweater. Okay, release the hands. Changing knee, stepping the right foot out to the side. So this is opening those hips, but also from that place of strength, from the sacral chakra. Hands come behind the head. Get that length through the crown of your head, really plugging in that right foot, lengthen away from the right leg, finding yourself a nice long diagonal line. All the core is engaged to help you hold. Then let the left hand come to the floor. And then exhale, draw the low belly in, kicking up that right leg to the side. Woo-hoo, yeah! That's it, ladies. That's it, Raj, through the heel, kick through the heel. That's it, I want to feel that power through your kneecap. Yes, there she goes. That's it, Jenny, pull up that knee as well. Yes, there you go, nicely done, ladies. 2, 1, place the right foot back down. Make sure that left hand is flat on the floor and underneath your shoulder. If it feels okay for your shoulder, exhale, draw the low belly in to lift up that bottom foot and step it in to a side plank. That's it, good. Just working on trying to imagine you're lifting up that bottom knee, Raj. That's it, good. Lovely work. From here, we release and return that left foot back to the start position with control from the core. And then from that core, scoop and lift yourself back up. And release yourselves and your arms. Well done, ladies. From here, we're going to come onto your backs. So find your way lying down. You'd like, you can take those hands out in front and roll your way down through your spine, one vertebra at a time. Thank you very much for camera reorganization. And then to finish this sacral chakra and to get us going even more into the solar plexus, we're going to lift our legs up. And if you can, have them straight towards the ceiling. So we're working with those hamstrings nice and open. So again, we're working, releasing the tension into the pelvis so we feel safe and secure. And allow your arms to be as relaxed as possible. So I encourage you to turn your palms up to the ceiling so that you try not to dig too much in with your arms. And then you're just going to exhale and try and peel that low belly up and off the floor. So really nice reverse curls, scooping just the low abs. That's it, with control. Notice if there's a lot of tension building up around the neck and shoulders, and really try and see if you can ease that upper part of the body so that all that work is happening in front of the sacral area. Now, to add in our solar plexus, take your hands above your chest, and now try and reach towards your toes, lifting head and shoulders. So now we're really starting to peel in the first 3 working together. That's it, good. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. That's it, lovely, nice Jenny. I'm liking that reverse curl going on of the low belly. That's it, Raj, beautiful control. Well done, ladies. Let's go for 2 more, because there's never enough abdominal work, if you ask me. That's it, lovely work. Come down, give your knees a hug. Okay, just ease the neck, ease the low back, anything that feels a bit tense. So sacral chakra, solar plexus, great for twisting, digestive fire. So let's get a little bit more warmth in the belly. We'll do some oblique cycling. So hands behind the head. Legs are up in that tabletop position. Get those little butterfly wings of elbows in your peripheral vision. And then nod your chin slightly. So you're holding that orange between the chin and chest. Lift the head and shoulders up. Now you can keep your knees completely together to focus just on that solar plexus as you go elbow to opposite knee. Exhaling, elbow to opposite knee. You can, if you want to add in the root and sacral, add in the bicycling of the legs. But do not do it at the sacrifice of the work being focused around the upper abs. So now we really want to feel that all the work is this twist happening around those low ribs and the upper abdominal area. You want to feel the pelvis and the legs are still. So they're not really doing much. They're just stable and secure. Nice, that's it. Yeah, Raj, you got it. Good girl. That's it. Jenny, really try and keep your pelvis stable. Try not to let your hips roll with the legs. That's better, good. Well done, guys. Let's go for 1 more set. Last one. Beautiful work. Come back to center. Hug those knees into your chest. And then from here, you can take a naughty yoga roll forwards and back through your spine if it feels okay on your mat. Coming rolling along the back. And if we can, we're going to try and challenge ourselves with little balances on the shoulders and little balances off those sit bones. So just starting to balance. Good. And balance. And balance. Try not to hang out on the hands. And then this time stay up off those sit bones. That's it, good. Lift the legs. Take off one hand. Take off the other hand. Shine your heart up at me. Give me a big shiny heart. That's it, good. If your hamstrings feel long enough, you can extend those legs. Squeeze those legs together, Raj. Go on, squeeze it. That's it. Go on, Jenny. Open your arms, open your chest. Yes. And then bend your knees, cross your ankles. And just take a moment to sit up nice and tall. Oh, big yawn there. That was awesome.
I love breathing.
So I do have a standing exercise that goes with this, which is quite fun, I find, to do. So, and I mean, like as it's fun as in nice fun, Raj, don't worry, it's not need fun, I promise. Yeah. So we're going to come back up to standing for a moment. So take a moment, you can come onto your hands and knees if you'd like to. Making a nice transition, tuck your toes under and lift your hips up, take a downward facing dog for a nice big stretch through that back body. And then bend your knees, walk your hands back towards your knees. Take a gentle little hang over the legs. And then gently re-suck up the spine, one vertebra at a time. And come up to standing. So, this little exercise comes with some words. We are coming out into that wide horse stance again. So the feet are in parallel, but we're wider than our hips, and the knees are slightly bent. You're going off for a minute.
One sec.
Okay. So the aim of what we're going to do is all about the core. Okay. So it's all about this feeling of the core drawing in and up. And what we're looking for is from it to be above, like navel and above is drawing in and up into the diaphragm, okay? So the movement wants to be this from the upper core. So it's this that we're going to do. And the noise is going to be rum, okay? So the arms are up nice and high, and you're going to swing forwards and go rum, and then come up. You go rum and up. So it's that real drawing in and up, and you make fists as you draw in, fists, and elbows are high. We're going to go for another 5. 5, rum, rum, and 3, rum. That's it, nice, Jenny. Good, 2, rum. Last 1, rum. And then reach the arms up. That's it, take a moment, you can bring your hands to heart center and let it settle. Okay, and then from here, step your feet out just wider than your hips. Now, don't worry, Raj, you might not be like, I'm not going to do that full thing, but we're going to have a bit of fun. So classic balance that is a solar plexus balance is crow. So with your feet out wide, bend your knees and try and put your hands in front of your knees so that your elbows are inside of your knee joint. Sorry, I know I'm very dark now. Hang on, let me see. So elbows are inside of my knee. And what I want is for my knee to be trying to get up behind the top of my shoulder, so that you've got this whole connection, right? Where my knee is up behind my shoulder, right? Yeah, that's it, good girl. Bend your elbows a little bit if you can. Now, lift your heels. So you don't need to have your feet flat in a squat. Lift your heels up, that's it, good. Have your hands forwards. And now don't worry if you're not going to go anywhere. You're just going to try and rock onto your hands and lift your bottom up, scoop. Get that same action we just had with the rum. Okay, so it's that hooking in and up with the diaphragm and the core. That's it, good. And do it again. So almost like you're going rum. So lift yourself up into that balance. And you're just going to try and keep going rum. Scoop the belly to help you lift the feet. Coming forwards.
Like that's gonna happen.
Should we try it one more time, ladies? That's it, Raj. Go on, you got it. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Yeah. And then you can sit back on your bottoms, ladies. Woo! Well done.
Thank you. Just staying here is good.
Just stay there. It's a good place to be. Well done. We're not done, but I'm just going to let you have a break.
I like my feet on the ground.
She's like, I don't want to do that. I'm going to stay where I am. Okay. Well, we're going to move up into the heart. That was the end of the solar plexus. So, for the heart, now, Jenny, Raj has experienced this a lot with me. When you do heart work with me, it means push-ups generally, shoulder work. Okay, so I'm not going to make you do very many though. I'm trying to time this so I won't kill you with these bits because this is otherwise quite a lot. So we're going to do some push-ups as our way of doing our heart work. So you ladies can pick. We've done our push-ups before. You've both done the class with me where we did it in detail, I think. Oh, actually, Raj, you didn't do it, did you?
Sure,
so you can stay on your knees, hands underneath the shoulders. Spread those fingers nice and wide. If you want, you can come up into that full plank. We're just going to do 10. Okay, we're just going to bend your elbows in towards the side of your ribs, drawing your chest between your elbows if you can, and then exhale to push back up. Draw the low ribs in, keep the low ribs nice and connected. So we've got that same lift that we just had from the solar plexus. Yeah? We've got nice strong legs, ribs switched on, low belly switched on, solar plexus switched on, and now the shoulders stay away from the ears as we bend the elbows, and then push back up on the exhale. Bring that chest forwards. Yes, that's it, good. So Jenny, keep those low ribs and hips drawing up to the ceiling. So that core connection, keep it switched on. That's better, good. That's it, Raj. Well done. Much better. I think there's 3 more to go, ladies. I think that's 10. That's it. Good. Slow it down. Hover it down there if you can, Raj. That's it. Good. Jenny, stay forwards as you push up. Yeah, there you go. Now keep that forwards. Try not to push back as you come up, Jenny. Try and stay forwards. And then well done, ladies. You can take a break from your push-ups. We get the reward of a back bend after this. So heart openers, back bends. But we want our heart openers to come with that strength of the shoulder stability. So we keep boundaries around our heart that are safe and look after our needs. So good shoulder placement is really important to heart opening. So what we're going to do is come to lying on our fronts. Hands are by your shoulders. So just like a moment ago, I was saying to you, your push-up is elbows between, your ribs are between your elbows, yeah? So keep those elbows almost like they're in the same place, but now you're coming from the floor, okay? So rather than coming down with your push-up, you're thinking about the same shoulder action in terms of elbows are drawing into the side of your ribs, shoulders are drawing down and away from your head, and then tip your elbows back. Let your heart draw forwards, keep the shoulders super engaged. Yeah, that's it, good, Raj. As you do this, come up as high as you want, but keep those elbows into the side of the ribs. Keep working those triceps. Keep working the arms, keep the shoulders down, drawing that heart forwards. There you go, nice, Jenny, that was a good correction. Got it, Raj, get those elbows in. Draw those elbows in, yes! Beautiful, that's it, good girl. And then release everything back down to the floor. Can we do 2 more like that? Because they look beautiful, ladies. So squeezing those elbows in. Got to work the triceps. Got to work the lats. Little shoulder stabilizers are all working. Drawing that heart forwards. That's it. Good, both of you. Lovely. Elbows in, Raj. Jenny, collarbones are wide. Open your collarbones. Yeah. Excellent. And then release down. One more time like that. Keep your legs nice and grounded. Keep your knees nice and active. Keep drawing that belly in. Get that sense of that hooking in and up of the diaphragm. And then let the heart melt forwards. Draw those shoulders down, both of you. That's it. I know as it gets tiring, it's harder to keep that shoulder control. That's it. Good work, guys. And then release yourself back down. Well done. Okay, from here, gently push yourself back, come back onto all fours. Now, we're going to take, do either of you have anything kind of, I was going to say we'd do this against a wall, because you get a bit more of the sense of the throat, but I think you'll both be okay with not having it. Just imagine that you've got a wall in front of you and come up to kneeling. What we want to have is a sense that if our body was flat against the wall and our hips were pressing into the wall, thank you, Raj, that's it. You want to be at this point where you're like up against the wall. Okay, so this is a back bend, but I'm going to get you guys to think about it from the throat. You're going to take your fingers, place them into your low back. Again, squeeze those elbows together. That's it, good. Keep your hips pushing into the wall. And then try and draw your heart and your shoulders together. And lift your heart up, letting your throat look up towards the ceiling, your head look up towards the ceiling. Beautiful, guys, that's it. So we're coming into camel. So allowing whatever back bend you can take, keeping those hips into the wall. Nice. Squeeze those elbows together, ladies. Get that shoulder placement. Opening the heart, but also opening your throat. And then draw your chin down towards your chest and gently roll yourself back up to your wall. Well done, guys. From here, walk yourselves back to your mat. And just take a moment to sit on your heels. So quite often you might be given something like a shoulder stand to do. It'll be a really nice one for the throat, but I'm going to give you guys something super simple. We're just going to do some neck stretches. So take your hands behind your head, interlace the fingers. That's it, good. Let your head rest into your hands, and again, lift that eye line up and take that lovely big stretch. This should feel so easy after what you just did. And then exhale, soften the elbows, soften the chin, just feel that lovely stretch into the trapezius, those shoulders, upper shoulder area. Let the elbows soften. Let the head lift back up to center. That's it, good work. Release the hands. Take your nose and look over your right shoulder. Now, as you look over your right shoulder, try and get both your eyes to look back over towards your left butt cheek. And then bring your eyes and your head back to center. So one of the key things about the neck and its stretches is where your eyes go. So if you, as you look over your left shoulder, can look towards the right butt cheek, you may find you get a slightly easier and more deep stretch. And then let the head come back to center. That was awesome, ladies. Those were really, really far range. Take your right hand over to your left ear. And then taking your right ear to your right shoulder. And if you want to intensify, push the left shoulder away slightly. Gently release and come back through center. And we'll change over to the other side. So left hand comes over to right ear. Left ear to right shoulder, left shoulder. Good work, guys. And then gently bring it back to center. And release the hands. Take that imaginary pencil, stick it on your nose, and just take some easy circles with your nose. Letting the whole of that head just move with whatever pace works for you. And then reverse those circles the other way. And from here, the final one we're going to do, which is connecting that throat to head. I say final. Hands come behind the head again. Okay, now think about all of the body. So we're going from the base all the way through the spine now. The goal is to try and get the forehead to the ground, but also still trying to keep it close into the knees. So you then start to roll and lift the hips slightly. Depending on your torso, you may need to take your head slightly forward, but you're trying to roll to the crown of the head and come back. To do this, we need to have strong legs, core, yeah, and the shoulders down and away. We're not trying to weight bear on the head. We're just trying to roll onto the crown of the head as we do this, and then potentially lift the hips up as we go. It's a deep stretch for the whole of the back body, okay? So go gentle if it doesn't feel comfortable to get yourself all the way down to the floor. So just start with an exhale. I'm going to come over and watch you both. Exhale. It's no headstanding, don't worry. Exhale, round the chin down to the chest. Use the core like you're doing a forward bend. That's it, good. Nice. Let the elbows come in as though you would be doing a headstand kind of a position. So the elbows are kind of in framing your face. That's it. Yeah, good, Raj. That's it. So they're either side of the kind of in front of the knees as a distance. And then as you exhale, try and engage your core to lift your hips up and roll on towards the crown of the head. So it's all about that leg, core, shoulder stability to roll towards the crown. And then inhale and let yourself come back down when you're ready towards dropping the hips to your heels. That's it. If you can, Raj, keep those elbows in. That's it, good. And again, exhale, scoop the belly, push the legs down. That's it. Yeah, go on, Jenny. Really draw those shoulders down, scoop the belly, especially those low abs. Yes, that's it, good. And then release the hips. And take a break. One more time, ladies. Exhale and lift the hips. Use that core, use the legs. Use the shoulders away from the ears. Yeah, nice, that's it. Well done, Raj. Draw those shoulders wide. Good, that's it, Jenny. Open those collarbones. And then release yourselves down. And this time, take your hands onto your forehead and let your forehead rest on your hands. And then gently, when you're ready, taking an exhale, gently re-stack up the spine, one vertebra at a time. And if you'd like, you can lie down on your backs to come into a Shavasana for a moment, just to let all of that settle into your body. That's okay. Good, grab a blanket, put some warmth on you. Take a moment. Gently start to bring that little bit of movement back into your body. When you're ready, rolling over onto one side. Take any stretches or hugs that you need to get you there. In your own time, when you're ready, coming up to seated. Find a moment for a comfortable seat. Take a moment, bring your arms out wide, lift them up towards the sky. Let the hands connect. And then drawing down to your heart. Let your hands rest at your heart and choose whatever hand position works for you, whether it's to have them in prayer or to let them rest on the chest. Feel your breath under your hands. Maybe if you can, notice the beat of your heart. Into this heart space, say in your mind's eye 3 times, I love you. Thank you very much, ladies. Beautiful to have you both today. Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you so much.